Hello again. This is Sylvia Durell. This episode of the ABCs of Buttons will feature Hernando County Button Collector Group members' favorite G buttons. I hope you visited my blog reference to G buttons on holybuttons.com. This is the list of the G buttons defined there. Let's get started with Anne Buckingham's G is for 7 gods of good fortune and girls on garters. The gods measure 3/4 inch and are considered National Button Society small. The girls on garters measure 2/3 inch to 1 1/4 inch and are considered National Button Society medium. 2 of the girls are glass and the older ones are fabric. Anne says, "I love these. They are framed and hang in my hallway." Tess Butts' G is for green. Tess is sharing this lovely green glass button that is framed in metal. It measures 1 inch. My G's are for glitter and Goodyear. The glitter buttons are plastic. The first measures 1 inch. The second one measures 5/8 inch. Both have foil embedded in them. My Goodyear Novelty Rubber Company button is obviously made of rubber. It has the date of 1851 on it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is when it was made. 1851 was the year Nelson Goodyear secured his patent for an improvement in the manufacture of hard rubber. Hedy Emerson's G is for gingerbread man and green. Both buttons measure 1 inch. The gingerbread man is plastic and it's a JHB button. Hedy's green button is also plastic and see-through. Hedy tells us that there are pyramid-shaped projections on the back. You can see them in the top photo. The front looks like jewels. The button changes colors depending on the color of the cloth it is on. Carol Hammond's G is for glass and George Washington. Starting from the top is a button of dichroic glass that was made by a friend of Carol's. Next is a green glass butterfly, and then another glass button, this one Czechoslovakian glass. Carol's 2 buttons featuring George Washington are a green jasper ware button and a brass button. JURGENSON's G is for grapes. Her 4 metal buttons range in sizes from 3/8 inch to 1 1/4 inch. The gold tone button is pressed metal. The other 3 have the grape design added and have different color backgrounds. SHARYN Mills's G is for glass button. She has shared an array of pretty glass buttons and a special one, about which she says, "The photo makes it appear that the metal is gold, but in reality it is more silver with a hint of gold through the filigree. It has a double shank. The setting is turquoise faceted glass." SHARYN would appreciate any help in identifying this button. Virginia Rust's G is for green glass and green glass with gold gilt. You can see they are small in size. KYLA SORVINO's G is for green and gray and gold. KYLA describes these as a variety of necessary buttons for everyday clothes and says, "Necessary buttons are pretty too." The green plastic buttons measure 3/8 inch, 1/2 inch, 5/8 inch, and 3/4 inch. KYLA's gray plastic buttons measure 1/2 inch and 5/8 inch. And she says her gold metal buttons in the last photo are heavy and in the shape of knots. They measure 3/4 inch. Before we finish today, I want to feature Hernando County Button Collector Group member, Virginia Rusk. Here she is in her button vest. She bought the vest at a thrift store and sewed on all the buttons. She enjoys making art and crafts from buttons. These photos show some of the button art she has made. And here is her new project, ear warmers, or headbands, which she crochets and adds a button to. That's all for the G button contributions. I appreciate you taking time to look for them in your collections and sending them to me. Next week we are focusing on H buttons. To see a list of possibilities, visit my website's blog at holybuttons.com and look for January 2017. You can contact me at holybuttons@gmail.com with any suggestions or comments. Thanks again. Bye.